I carved an empire out of nothing but stubborn grit, only to watch my own brother try to bury it in the dirt. My name is Ethan Hale, and this is the story of how I fought for my dream, only to learn that winning sometimes feels more like loss than triumph. Before we begin, make sure you hit subscribe for more powerful stories like this. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear your city. Now, let's start. I was just 15, crouched over an old laptop in the back corner of my family's crumbling copy shop in Spokane, Washington. The air reeked of stale toner and regret. My father, Robert, refused to let go of the dying business, still churning out flyers for diners no one cared about, while debt collectors circled like vultures. Most nights, I stayed there too, not to print, but to teach myself programming on a machine that wheezed with every line of code. My brother, Daniel, was the family favorite, captain of the debate team, Ivy League material, the shining heir. I was just the kid unclogging printers, invisible until something broke. But I saw something they couldn't, a way out. By the time I was 21, I'd built a platform called TradeLink, a sleek app to help small businesses manage customers and sales. One snowy evening, I showed it to Dad. His tired eyes flickered with rare belief when he whispered, "This might actually work, Ethan." That single nod became my fuel. The print shop evolved into Hale Solutions, and TradeLink exploded. First in Spokane, then across the state. By 27, revenue passed $25 million. I moved into a glass tower, hired a team, and felt unstoppable. But Daniel's shadow only grew darker. He'd returned from Boston in polished suits, smirking at my efforts. "Nice toy, little brother. But you need a real leader to scale this." His words sliced me, not because he doubted me, but because part of me still craved his recognition. Mom would leave meals by my desk, whispering that I was burning myself out. Dad, meanwhile, hoisted Daniel on a pedestal, praising his polished speeches over my tangible results. It stung, but I pressed on. The breaking point came at Dad's 65th birthday, an extravagant rooftop gala Daniel orchestrated. Investors, clients, local leaders, all gathered under starlight. I arrived in my usual sweater, and Daniel sneered, couldn't even wear a tie. When it came time to toast, I expected him to honor Dad's resilience. Instead, he raised his glass and announced, "Tonight marks a new era. I'm stepping in as CEO of Hale Solutions. The advisory board agrees, it's time for bold leadership." My heart sank. Advisory board? Since when? He locked eyes with me, victorious. "Ethan's done well with tech, but this company needs vision. He's out of his depth." The room went silent. I searched for Dad's defense. None came. He beamed with pride at Daniel, ignoring me completely. Mom couldn't even meet my eyes. I placed a small gift on the table, an old USB drive with a digital rendering of our first shop I'd coded years ago. "Happy birthday, Dad," I said, steady, before walking out to the echo of their applause. That night, rage became clarity. At 3 a.m., I sent an email to every employee, partner, and client. Years earlier, Dad had unknowingly signed over 65% of Hale Solutions shares to me during a cash crisis. The licensing rights to TradeLink? Owned by my personal LLC. The company couldn't run a single function without my approval. When Daniel and Dad stormed into the boardroom the next morning, I laid the documents on the table. "You tried to erase me. But this company was built on my code, my contracts, and my sweat. Step down, or watch it collapse." By noon, they signed the papers. Hale Solutions was mine. But victory was hollow. Daniel fled to Seattle, working under someone else's name. Dad retired quietly, his pride shattered. Mom visits sometimes, her silence heavy with questions she never asks. Today, Hale Solutions is worth over $100 million. Yet the sketch I drew at 15 of our tiny shop still sits on my desk. A reminder of who I was, before betrayal, before crowns, before solitude. Success isn't about destroying doubters. It's about proving, to yourself, that you were always enough. So if you've ever felt invisible, or fought for your place, tell me your story in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because this journey isn't over.